Welcome back to the GLAC Studios oil painting tutorial. We are in Radha Krishna's painting. We're working on an advanced level painting and we are in class number 14. My name is Komati Sivasankaran and before we get started, let's do our regular recap. What did we do in the previous classes? We have been working on layer 3. Yeah, so layer 1 was the basic wash or the basic, giving a tonality to our canvas layer, and in between that we also did a little bit of referencing, understanding references, gridding and so on, mathematics. Then we came on to the canvas, drawing the superstructure. Then we did the blocking, which is layer 2, isn't it? And after the blocking right now we are giving, it looks like blocking, but this is one more level to it because we are trying to work with 2 to 3 tonalities inside blocking. So this layer 3 is giving us a slight angle into or dimension into what kind of object or what kind of human being we are trying to portray here and there, and we are trying to give that depth. Yeah, we are still working on that, and we finished in the last class. We were working a lot on the jewelry and like going back and forth with the camera, isn't it? But you also had a lot to do. It is very good, and especially for someone who has never ever tried all these jewelry and angles before, or an Indian painting before. If you have tried this, I would just say congratulations. This is, it's really tough even for us as Indians. There's so many objects to accessories that go through. We do not understand how to put sometimes. So congratulations that you are making an attempt like that. Right now we are going to work on, what are we going to work on today? We will work on the remaining clothing. There's only one thing that we need to do layer 3 on, which is the clothing that's on his shoulder, Krishna's shoulder, and then we are going to work on a little bit on the swing today. It looks like we are hanging in the balance, so we are going to make that rope and get that effect of the swing today. That's going to be a very interesting session today. I look forward to working on this. And right now, in terms of the colors, the materials that we are going to use, let's have a look at it. I need, for this, I would need a little bit of vermilion. I have it with me, ready. And maybe I will add a little bit of yellow if I need to give a lighter tonality there. So I have both ready. And for the swing, the basic color tonality will be the burnt umber, but it's going to have some nice flowers and leaves and so on. That's how it looks. Oh, wow. So what are those colors? I'm not going to go into all those colors because that's what, remember, we talked a lot in the last session. What did we talk about? That we are going really into the details and we miss the big picture. So just to avoid all that frenzy, we're not going to work on colors of the flower today. It's going to be white colored flowers today. Just don't worry, we will make them nicely colorful later on, but just so that we are able to fix things and say, okay, this is where it's going to be. So white colored, monotone, titanium white we are going to use to do the flowers, and then an olive green. Where is it? Right here. Olive green. So titanium white, I have a little bit. I'm not showing it on the camera because I have enough in my palette. I'm not going to use more of it. And the olive green. I guess that's the first plan. In case we get really ahead with all those fancy stuff that we are going to do today, then we will come back a little bit to the background also. But let's see. Yeah, how far we go with it. Yes. So I think I am ready, and I'm going to push this camera to the front. so you don't see much of me and you see more of Krishna and Radha. How lovely they are. Yes, fantastic. Good. We are now ready. Okay, let's do this color first. Get it out of the way. Vermilion aside. Yes. And I'm adding a little bit of primary yellow. I have the marsh red that we did from one of those classes left over. I might take a little bit of it to give a darker tonality if needed. I'm using brush number 3 and I'm going to take vermilion, mix it ever so lightly with that primary yellow so it's not so bright. I just want it to be one tonality down to what we have here with Radha's clothing, so that's exactly why. And I'm going to just paint. So if you see, it's not a great detailing. It's just the so I'm just going to fill it first. It's a very small place, so let's fill it first with that vermilion mixed with a bit of lemon yellow or permanent yellow. Go with the flow. Go. Remember, you see me moving my brush back and forth, but look at the way it is moving. It's moving along with the contour. Yeah. So it is close to, but it looks one tone down as compared to what we see on clothing. I just didn't want to make a copy of it. That's why. That's just my choice. And right now, if you see, I'm just going outside the idea of the reference picture. Not even looking at the reference pictures. Yeah, and to this, like I said, I have a little bit of the marsh red or terracotta color. If you do not have marsh red, I also wanted to say this. If you do not have marsh red, or if you do not have cadmium orange that we talked a lot in the previous class, there are alternatives. Yeah, instead of marsh red, you can try a little bit of burnt umber to give the dark effect that I'm going to give right away. And instead of the cadmium orange, if you add a little bit of vermilion to yellow. So the way we did it right now is that a lot of vermilion and little bit of yellow. The opposite will be a lot of yellow and a little bit of vermilion, and then keep seeing what kind of orange tonality is coming out of it. And whenever you think, oh, this is the right one that I want, you can make a stop and say that's the color and start working on it. So that's also another way to work on it. I'm taking in the same brush, I'm just loading it in the tip with it. Always look at the way I'm loading. Look at this metal. Is the metal clean? The metal doesn't have much of oil. Can you see? This is very important. If you have loaded too much and the metal is flowing through, it's just going to be, making lumps and lumps and lumps out there. One, it's not going to be helping you in the process. And number two, washing is going to be even more painful. I have done that. Oh, it looks really horrible. Please don't do that. And now let's do the shading. I'm not looking at the logic of the from the reference. I'm looking at the logic. Where is it? The folds. This is going to be dark because it's close to the body. That's where that is. What else? There are folds swinging around, making those. You can make these lines with burnt umber 2, doesn't matter. I have just used terracotta or moss red. Yeah, good. Is that okay? Right. Now we are done with that. Lovely. That was one thing done. I'm going to zero brush. No change in any other elements. I'm just taking burnt umber. What are we going to do? We're going to mark that line of the rope. So let me move this slightly towards me here. Let's mark this line. And if you need the help of the reference, you can. Look at the way it is. This is going across his body line like this. And towards his hand, moving the camera up. Further up, remember there is also the top you cannot see. Even without seeing, I'm just making that line, Done? We have marked this line, and it is, if you still need the help of a ruler or something, that's also fine. Go do that. Don't worry. Or if you can see from what we have done before, because the lines are visible still. There are still some of my grid lines that is visible in my case. If in your case the lines are visible, you can go ahead and do it. And now I'm moving to the other side of the swings the rope. With the zero brush, I continue to take burnt umber, make that rough. So I'm not even worried whether it looks really pretty or, don't too much, worry too much about all these things. Just make that line there. Remember, the line goes up the canvas. If you are doing the sides also like me, it goes up the canvas. Yes. Fantastic. And I'm just checking one more thing before we move on. Yes. All good here. Okay. And now I'm going to come back to the hands. Yes. That's where his hands are. It's running through his hand. And then that's how she is holding it. So you can see that it's coming through her hand like this. And it's coming out here, crossing her bangles and such, and coming out. I'm going to bring the camera slightly down so you are able to see where it goes. It goes and connects with the base of the swing. We done? Yes. Look at that superstructure. Is it still in alignment? Did we draw the line somewhere that it shouldn't be? I do the mistakes, so I'm checking in case you have done a better job. It's awesome. Congratulations. If not, please correct. How do we correct? Remember, it's oil, so you're going to take a little bit of, earbud or a tissue paper or something to just rub off the sections that you think are strong. Yeah, and take a little bit of oil, rub it off clearly, and then move on. When you rub off, remember, if there is another area which you have painted nicely just before and it is still wet, you're going to rub off everything. So just be aware of that. Yep. Are we done? Can we move on? Yay. Now for the fun part. So you are at the creative liberty to build as many flowers and leaves that you want around this. So I'm not going to stop you. I'm going to make some. You go ahead and play with it. Lovely, isn't it? So I'm going to take brush number. Okay, what is this brush number? It's supposed to be brush number 2. Yes. And I have the remaining of titanium white here. So first, what I'm going to think of is just marking blobs. What is this blob? It's just going to be some circular places that I'm marking where the flowers are going to come. I might not fix the details today, but that is okay. I'm just going to decide on. I'm looking at this picture. It's got a lot of flowers, and also it looks like it's not just the swing rope. The swing rope is also used by a creeper. So that's a creeper, and the creeper has branches and so many nice, lovely, creative zones to work on, isn't it? So just think of it and see where all do I want those blips or blobs or flowers. So I'm just making circular marks where I want these flowers to come up. Small ones, big ones. If you want to see better, yes. So I'm making some close to the hand of Krishna and Radha. I don't want to hide too much of their hands because I like the way they are. So you can actually tactically, oh yeah, this is one trick, but I would say please don't do it. The ones that are feeling, oh, I'm feeling intimidated. I do not know how to draw the fingers and I will not go there. Maybe you could try, hiding some part of the hand with the flower. Please don't do it. You want to learn, isn't it? You want to learn from this. It's okay if it's not perfect, if it is, it's a learning. So I am making some nice circular. So I'm not even worrying about the shape or anything. I'm just going to do the way it comes to my mind. And I'm also working on the sides as well. Just going creative. Isn't it lovely for us, creative people? You don't have to have any restrictions. Oh, yes. So, I think I have enough flowers on this side. I want to go slightly down here. Okay, when I go down here, I see that there is the scope of building more because I want to draw those, nice little creeper branches coming up. So I'll use that. And don't worry about the small little buds that you want to do. You will improvise on this. Once the background is done and such, we will definitely improvise on that as well. So I'm just going to do that. Making it dense. Yes. I think I am done with this side. Now I'm going to jump to the other side. Okay. Other side, I have. I'm going to do the same thing, having, bigger ones, smaller ones, and so on. Yeah, just not worrying about the details of it. Don't put it too much away unless and until you're very sure that you're going to build it around with a creeper form. Yes. Okay, I think I have done enough on this, slightly on the top. I'm just going on the top without seeing, just placing some on the top. Let's come to the bottom, even though one cannot see the rope here, I would want to imagine that there is creeper coming out of that rope in circles around. So I'm going to build a little bit of those spaces for the flowers here. Mm. I think I am done with them. They are, if you're looking at it overall, it should not look like it's dominating in any way. Yeah. So the center of attraction should always be the main characters. So I think this is doing justice. It's beautiful, but it doesn't take too much of attraction, you know. It looks balanced for now, and that's why I said do not use any colors, don't go overboard. Just doing white gives us that idea. Looks fairly okay. Can we now get started with the olive green? Now we need to draw those creepers. Really. Then while we do it, we can add little more of white whenever we need. Yeah, we can always come back to that. So I'm going to keep this brush with me, go back to the zero brush, and I will take olive green. Not going to mix anything to olive green. I'm just going to go, even though it's going to be translucent, it is good for now, because if I want to correct, I can easily remove it. So I'm just going to take olive green on my zero brush. The zero brush already has a bit of burnt umber. I am not going to wipe it or wash it. That's fine because it blends well with the olive green. I'm going to come to, let's do from the bottom. So I'm just building in that curve, trying to connect these. And again, it's all creative, isn't it? We want to try to connect these somehow. And I'm not worried about which the angle is. Only thing I will try to do is it's a creeper. Is it going to be straight lines? No, not at all. Isn't it? So it's a creeper. hmm So I'm making these nice curves, and as I make these curves, I can see, okay, I will maybe have a little bit more of flowers here, or what do you call the leaves there, or something like that. So I'm just getting creative with it, not thinking too much um, mm, on the areas where the hand is, because I just won't want it to be. I at least want it to be shown. So I'm just moving the camera around. If you do not see this clearly, you can wait a little bit, because it's going to be the time when I add these leaves, so it will start showing even more in detail. So I'm just keeping on going with the curve, building that creeper around. So I did that. Now I'm going to move to another brush. Brush number 3, I think. Yeah, it looks like brush number 3, another round brush 3. And now I use this brush to do the same olive green. This time it's going to be like a leaf. Have you seen how the leaf works? Just the way I put the, base to make that shape, making that shape, making that shape is actually easy. If you're already very good with it, awesome. If not, I'm just going to show you. So look at the way the color is sitting on my brush, the tip of it. And when I place it like this and take it out, Can you see that there is this, leaf kind of angle that is coming, oval shape that is coming? That's enough. That's exactly what I'm going to do all the way wherever I feel I want the leaves to appear. And it is no other color mix, just the olive green. Isn't that easy? Make it small or make it large if you want to. Yeah, it's also a good idea to have 2 to 3 brushes to have different sizes going. It's also possible to do it with the same brush. So keep on playing around with it. Moving up and coming down. So I'm going to move up. You see that I have done quite a bit of it here. And I will add some more also along the line. Um, when we come to 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 be honest, it will be even more easier if we did another layer of the background and then we started with this. But this is where I'm going to challenge you a little bit also. The reason is um, this is also an element to the painting, and we want to see it grow along with our layers, isn't it? So that's what we agreed. We will grow these layers together. So we do a bit of this by working on these creepers that are sitting on the um, yes, I'm thinking more on the painting. So they're sitting on the rope. Yes, excuse me. So clinging to the rope, isn't it? That's the right word. Yes. Okay, I think you can see how this is looking now. Yeah. It might not be the best, but then we have at least the base work done. Agree? And for a small little leaf, I just use the tip of the brush. So I'm not changing brushes. I'm comfortable working with these impressions. In case you need to work on different sizes and you would like to have different brushes, please go ahead, take it. Your comfort is paramount to the success of the painting. Yes, I think this outlook is okay for now. Definitely, it shows that I will build on it, meaning it will get slightly bigger when we come to the um, next stage. Yes. So right now we are moving our focus to Krishna's side. Hmm. Let's do the leaf again. On this side, I'm just going to, okay, before the leaf, what should we do? The creeper base. So I am going back to brush number 0 and starting to connect these dots somehow to draw those, nice uh, little curves that forms the essence of the creeper. And then I'm going to do it simultaneously now with the building the leaves. So I did that here. I'm going to move slightly up here. Making those nice curves. I need a bit more of the olive. Going up. Going further up, I don't see anything, but I'm just going up. This is where your intuition is, you're just seeing the angle and keeping the flow of the angle going. You only see it when you get up, at least me, in my case. So I'm going to take a bit more of a little more of the oil beam to do those leaves, and then the shots. They are the little ones that are coming up. Yeah. Keep a watch on the big picture. It should make sense ultimately, isn't it, to have those strokes or the leaves or the flowers wherever they are. Huh? Yes. Now I don't remember what's there on the top, but it's okay. I think I managed that top as well. Thinking of adding a little more here. It overall looks good for me. So I'm going to make the stop with this. And let's see how we are doing with the time. We did very well with the time. So meaning we are going to do the layer 3 of the background. Let's look at the background. Okay, there is a nice halo. Remember, we said we will not use the green background. That is fine, but there is a nice halo. And then it gets darker. And what color was that we used before? I think we used phthalo blue. Or sky blue. Could be possible that we used sky blue. Primary blue. It's called primary blue or sky blue. And then we mixed to that white, titanium white, and that's how we did the layer 2. Now let's do the layer 3 with the same color range, but it's going to be even more lighter than what it is for the halo circle. Okay, so don't worry about, the circle. A lot of people are worried about drawing circles. I'm going to go into the basics of drawing circles also. I took sky blue, and I've taken only a little bit of sky blue, and I'm going to mix it with titanium white, a lot of titanium white, and I'm going to take a flat brush to make that nice halo lighted circle. And for the ones who are wondering, oh my God, how do I do a circle? The easiest way is to swing your hand like this. This is a nice exercise. It's a very good exercise for the hand also. Swing the hand. Forget about going near the canvas. We have nothing on the brush, no damage. It's going to be, I'm totally away from my canvas. Swing the hand, keep swinging the hand. Yeah, slow down with the swinging, and you see that you're already on the circular angle. So I'm not touching any of the colors. Where is that circle going to come? Is it in smaller, bigger? Oh yeah, I can actually. Where am I holding the brush? Yeah, it helps. It's magical. Just like a magic wand. Hold it at the tip, the opposite tip. And can you see? It goes in circles. So it's a nice hand exercise. And it goes in circles. You can also go in opposite direction if you like. And if you are not a left-hander like me, and you are not you can do it on the right hand. I have not done it, but I can show you that it still goes on a circle. It goes on a circle. Yes, it does. So it's possible. But let's now mix the color. Yes. So I'm going to take a lot of titanium white and a tiny bit of blue to it. So it's going to look like almost, white, not too much of blue in it. So it's going to be very light, ever so light. Yeah. So that's the color tonality I'm going to take, and I'll take a little bit of oil. And I'm not showing you on the camera, but I can right now. Just a moment. So, tiny bit of sky blue or primary blue, anything, any blue. But then you mix a lot of white to it, so it looks like it's almost white. That light it is, yeah. Now we are swinging. Now we have something on the hand. Swinging. The paint is there, so be careful. Don't swing too much that it starts spilling all over. Let's do the magic wand. Circle, circle, and circle, and circle, and circle, and slow down. Slow down because I want it really big. Okay. Mm. Can I touch? Can I make a touch? Okay, I'm going to make a touch. So I think so. My hand is really against the middle centroid of where you see the faces of the key characters. Almost my hand is hiding everything from your view because that's where it is. You can see the hand and you only see the tip of the brush moving around. You can see nothing of the face. Mm-hmm. Good. Can we continue in this way and start making those dots? So you can actually continue doing that to be very sure and see how you want it to come. If it is that big, then this whole portion is going to be ever so light, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I am going to mark them a little more thicker so that you can see what I have done. I only did dots and I connect the dots now, and voila, it is a circle. Mm. And we're not worried about the bottom of the circle because let's say that it is just missing because of, you know, their presence. You don't see that, but you see this whole circular area. Do you see that? The arch? Yes. Okay, good. So all the places in between are going to be this lighter blue. Now it is simple. Okay, but don't go making scratches, circular movements to give that effect. So I'm starting with the simpler place because there is one negative space between Radha and Krishna, which is the halos part. Hmm. And yes, the hair between their crowns. There are too many tiny places. If you want to move on using a smaller brush, you could do that. Not a problem. But I'm just going on filling in all other places. So you see me moving in circular angles to fill in as much as possible with this lighter blue. It looks like it almost turned white. Whether it is, close to white, it's just a lighter, aspect of it. Um, okay. Any other obvious areas that we could use the big brush? There's one right here. See, look at that. It looks like a beautiful moon. Huh? Okay. Don't get mixed up with the white or the flowers. They are still far away from us. And be careful with the green. We don't want it to be mixing. It is mixing in my case slightly, but I'm cautious not to pull too much of the green into this beautiful whitey, creamy whitey uh, halo that I'm building. That was obvious areas. And I will go into the details with a smaller brush. Mhm. I can go back to my brush number 0, but that is really dirty, which means, yeah, in your case, if you have another brush number 0, that is fine. I have one, but I'm just a little bit lazy to go and pick it up. That is slightly away from me. I'm going to wipe it off nice and clean with a tissue. Mhm. Yeah, this is clean enough for me to go ahead and take that ever so lighty, whitey blue color. Let's go into the detail. The crown and the head very close to where you see Krishna's face. I'm just doing that part, filling it properly in the areas that were missing. Going close to the jewelry and the clothing. Now I go close to the flowers. The flowers should still look white, and this is not white. We just mixed a tad bit of blue to it, sky blue, primary blue. I'm going up towards the crown, filling that in. Sides of the crown. This side is done for me. I'm moving on to the top of the crown, coming close to the peacock feather, which we did not conveniently touch at all. So that is okay. Peacock feather, we haven't worked. It's so dry, so nothing to worry about. In case you have been curious and worked on the peacock feather, I know that space. It's a peacock feather, then I can do it. If you have done and it is wet, just be careful. Any place where it is wet because you have done something already, just be careful with it when you move close to it. Yeah. Yes. Coming back very close to Krishna's ear and Radha's crown. I'm going to move the camera slightly this way. Look at it already. It looks like there's something heavenly about it, in spite of the fact that we have done really um, nothing except for blocking it with a slight bit of angle or tonalities to give a depth. Yeah, and this itself looks pretty. Yeah, and now let's work on a very, very sensitive area in between the crown and hair of Radha. There is some space that you want to be careful of. When another color fills into your brush, wipe it off clean before you touch the white or lighter color that you are working on. Yes, I think we did fairly well here. Can we go to this side? Focusing on Radha's hair, the side where Radha's hair is, it's totally dry because I did not do anything after the, layer three. And we worked on other sections. So it is dry in my case. Working on the space very close to Krishna's hand. Done. And we come slightly down. There is this slight angle. There is this nice slight angle that we could, it looks like a pie or piece of pizza. Yeah, imagine all these funny things so we can. Oh, you're wondering, okay, she's getting more funny or commenting a lot on all these things. We have to really be aware that we are working for many, many hours. We have to with large canvases. So yeah, you will have to really find the way to get entertained about and passionate about and keep the fire going. And so, in a way, when you're practicing along with me, obviously, yes, you have no other choice but to listen to my voice. But in case you are trying to do things on your own and working for many hours, try listening to something positive, watching something, I don't know, some people like watching and doing, some people feel distracted, they prefer listening, some people like it totally quiet. So it's your choice, but try to use that time to listen to something really useful while you paint, and just keep yourself engaged in that way. Keep yourself hydrated. That I cannot say more and more. I did. I did have my nice break, and I drank a glass of water. That's needed. Stay hydrated. Then we are okay. Let's see how we have done with this circle. Isn't it good? Nice. So now we need to do the rest of the place. That's bright blue. Um. So what are we going to do? The brush that we used, the flat brush that we used, we could use that. I'm going to take a bit more of white. This time when I mix, I have been using the same white for a while. So, but I did take a lot in the last one of those classes. Yeah. So time has come that I need to take another tube of white, but I want to use as much as possible from this one. So I'm just fighting with it. Okay, like this, pushing it up so you can see that it's coming out. That's the last of it that's coming out. There you go. So I have that blue with me already. So I'm not going to take blue again. In case you need it, you can go ahead, take it. Yes. To that white, I'm adding this blue. I can show it to you. This time I'm just making sure that this blue is slightly, it is light, but as opposed to this whitey blue, yes, you can see that it is slightly on the bluey side. Yes, good. And you can add a little more of oil, not too much. Remember, we are going to throw oil onto this. Going to dip a bit of oil. I am running out of oil as well. It's been eons since I filled my small little lid. I'm going to go do that. Okay, the rest of the world. Here we go. What direction should we paint? Yeah, the circle. Keep to the circle because now it's all circles. The background is again a circle. It's the glow of this halo that we did, isn't it? So we continue that glow in that blue as well. So keep at it, keep doing that circular movements. If you feel like I need practice, do practice like this. I think while doing, I missed one section of the halo. That's right here. I'm going back to the brush 0 with the light whitey blue color because there's one section that I missed. In case you didn't miss, it's fantastic. Sorry for that, but here it's a lot of complications, but I think I will also add more of leaves and structure around this place. So doesn't matter, but I'm trying to play through, give, you know, do justice, do not get sloppy and do not get lazy about it. Fill it uh, as long as you can justify that, filling. You might ask, yes, it becomes easier to do this first and then do the the swings rope and all those flowers and creepers later. We could have done that, yes, that would have been even more easier, but this was needed because we weren't able to see the overall structure. We were missing the creeper, which is also an essential section that we did not do, isn't it? So that's why we had to go through this um, method. Yeah. So we get to see the superstructure, how it's looking, and how do we do the halo? Does it make a meaning to end it alongside? You could have done the halo even bigger also. Does it make sense or not? So to to judge that, it helps. Okay. Going close to the knee of Krishna. Yes, you are able to see that clearly. Yes, good. Filled in that section as well. Yes, nothing else is left. Now we are back to the blue. We will continue this blue in the next session as well because we are running out of time. But I'm just going to give you the tip of where things will go in that circular direction. So keep swinging the arm now. So what are we doing differently? We were only swinging the hand with no movement to the arm as such, and now we are going to swing the arm around as well to move along this huge space. You can take a larger brush if you want, and so on. So that's what we are going to do essentially in our next session to continue with this um, layer 3, and we will try to do a little bit of check on layer 3 just after we complete as well. Yes, so I'm making a stop here. Okay, let's summarize what we did today. I think we did really good today. It looks so different now because the logic that was missing. So can you see the difference that we had? One of the key elements that was not done properly. So and that makes a difference that we now have that key element added now. So today's session was about mm, really going into the third layer again, but we did a bit of drawing as well, isn't it? We drew that creeper. We built those ideas of where the flowers are going to come, and the creeper and the leaves and so on. And see, we gave character to that. And once we did that, we were able to see, okay, how do we define the um, halo, how big, and so on. So we did that. We learned the hand movement. We did that. So we have added the lighter blue for the halo, and now we are working on the uh, slightly, slightly darker, but not too dark, blue with the white, for the rest of the place. Yes, that's what we are going to do, and we will continue in that next session as well. Thank you very much for following this through. Um, let's not hurry this. We will be finishing our layer three in the next session. Looking forward to having you around, and good luck with whatever you're doing. Congratulations with whatever you're doing. Please share your comments, your feedback, your queries, also pictures to us. Support at theglazestudio.tk. Thank you very much. Signing off. This is Gomati Sivasankaran. Thank you again. Bye bye.